Hello, it's me. I'm playing a video game. I was originally planning to finish up this campaign and then just stream on the weekend, but I'm just gonna stream this one and then we'll start a new one on the weekend. Because I'm doing a learn how to play video game. Poorly. So this is Imperator Rome. Imperator. I'm gonna keep saying Imperator, probably. Imperator? I don't know. But the point of this game is a semi-historical simulation of Rome. As the name implies, given that Rome is in the fucking name of the game. It starts, I think it starts at like 300 BCE or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but it starts when Rome is basically just starting to get big. So it starts the game and Rome is just over here. There's Rome right there, actually. And then, you know, they expand. And boy is the name of a civilization, in case you're curious. It's led by that dude. But anyway, you can play anything. You play whatever the hell you want on this map. You could play this dude right here. Lives in that little city. Do whatever you want. I am playing as Macedon. I think that's how that's pronounced. I'm not entirely sure, but the fucking blue blob in Greece over here. But this is a very slow game, so yeah, I'm a bit of a blob. I feel like I'm doing well, but I also don't know what I'm doing. But I'm in third at the moment. So Rome's in second. India, that's who that is in first, because they start as a giant blob. There's Carthage and Egypt. Then whoever these people are, I don't know who they are. But here's India, way over yonder. They basically do their own thing and fight the Seleucid Empire, as you do in your spare time. And Kush. Kush is the name of this place, but it actually doesn't start, and I don't know why this always happens. I don't know why that always happens, but no one lives there. The name of that place is Kush, and it doesn't start with hemp. There's no hemp in Kush. And I feel betrayed by this. There's hemp down here, but that's not Kush. It's very silly. But anyway, I don't know what I'm doing, so I figured I would just stream some of the campaign that I was using to learn. What is this? This is the historical simulation of how to fuck up Greece. Brought to you by me, the person fucking up Greece. This will also be a good time to, you know, see if my computer can handle streaming it. Which is debatable because it can barely handle playing it, so, you know. This is the frame rate that I'm getting. This isn't the stream skipping. That's just how it runs for me. It's not good on my computer. So, like I mentioned, I'm Macedon. I'm the blue blob. Part of Alexander's empire. The other parts of Alexander's empire are Phrygia, which, as you can tell, appears to have fucking imploded. And the Seleucid Empire, which is fighting India, and as you know, that generally doesn't go very well. Yeah, these games are pretty demanding, mostly on the processor. Obviously it's not you know, a pretty game. It doesn't need much on the old graphics card department to run, but you know. It looks fine, especially since most of the game you're playing zoomed down and shit, so. But if you don't know how Paradox games works, Paradox games work. Real good at the English thing. They're grand strategy things, so you don't necessarily manage, you know, individual things, you more manage the overall thing. But for instance, I can set my economy stuff. But in the case of this game, most of what you end up doing is either, you know, militarily attacking someone, which is what these numbers are. That's my military chilling. Some boats down here. And you manage loyalty of people. Loyal people are good because they're less likely to try to fuck you up. That man died. You also assign titles, but these are, in the grand scheme of things, kind of arbitrary. Yeah, you make sure your people hate your generals. Like these are titles for various things. Hierophant gives you more omen power and stuff like that, but they're not super vital to pay attention to all the time. But you spend a lot of time worrying about loyalty. In this case, we have this dude who is a general with 0% loyalty. He hates me, and I hate him. And there's absolutely nothing I can do about the fact that we hate each other, because he has a bunch of loyal cohorts. Unfortunately. So he's the general of 3rd Stratos, which is somewhere. There it is. So this is his little army here. And all of these people with hands are loyal to him. So if something goes wrong, and he does like a civil war, all of these people are going to side with him, whatever side of the civil war he's on. And unfortunately, he's not the only one with a bunch of loyal people. I go to this army, there's no one loyal in that apparently. But this dude's got a bunch of loyal, his entire army is loyal. That entire army is loyal, that entire army is loyal. You might have noticed a bit of a pickle with my military. But anyway. If we have a civil war, I'm pretty sure I'm just screwed. Thankfully, there's no civil war warning up here. It'll give you a warning if there's a civil war that's gonna happen. Impatience, he wants a thing. Like, do I want to make you a thing? He wants a job, basically. What are you? Military and speaky boy. There you go, bud. I still lose the loyalty for that pop-up because I waited, but he has a job now, so he'll fuck off. Now what I would like to keep doing is keep expanding so that the inevitable civil war destroys half of the known world. But everyone around here likes to get alliances willy-nilly. So if I right-click on people, it gives me this diplomacy screen. Same with myself. So I can see, you know, who I'm trading with, my subjects and stuff like that. So if I right-click on this little dude who has land that I want because he's in Greece and I want Greece, I can see he's at war with this dude. I don't know if you guys can see the text very well, but Miletos, who is this tiny little province over here. What the fuck is this war? Why? And he's allied with Rhodes, which is over there. You can sort of see it highlight. There goes my voice. Hey, how's it going? He's got a truce with that person. He's in a defensive league with Rhodes, which doesn't matter. I get some money. Hey, you paid me. Thanks, dude. So the only person that would join this war if I went to war with them would be Rhodes, which is over here. Which, in the grand scheme of things, even if they could do anything to me, we're separated by water, so I wouldn't have to worry about them. So I could go to war with this person and take their land pretty easily. Alternatively, we could look at some other people and see if by declaring war on someone else here we can drag them in, because that means I can take their land and whoever else I declared war on. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen, because he's only allied with the one dude and I don't think he's guaranteeing anyone. Who the fuck? The governor is a particularly weasel-like human. So he's stirring up people for reasons. He's an asshole. But the people there like him. So no matter what we do, the people there are not going to like us. So neither of these options are very good. I guess we'll just take that. Anyway, what are you? Everyone over here is fucking... We're just gonna end up going to war with the yellow people down here. But to reasonably do that, because you can't just willy-nilly declare war on people, well, I mean, you can, but you get this penalty here, which is a rather bad penalty. Explain that in a second, but you get -2 stability. You have to fabricate a claim, which needs this stuff, which means we have to wait. There's really nothing else I could do in the meantime, so we're just gonna kind of menacingly stare at him. I can move my shit down here. Sort them out when they get down there. But anyway, we need this to fabricate a claim so we can declare war without losing stability. If we lose stability, people get real pissy. Like, everyone gets real pissy, so, you know, the whole civil war thing that I'm worried about becomes slightly more menacing, and we lose tax revenue, which is bad. Because money is important. Oh yeah, you can also build buildings and stuff. There's a lot of, like, back-end things that I don't really know anything about and can not really explain very well, but you can build, well, there's citizens too, and the citizens do different things. You can hover over them. So citizens give research and commerce, freemen give manpower, tribesmen give tax and manpower, and slaves give tax. A lot of tax. But you can promote them up, but you can't promote them back down, so... Or demote them down, I guess would be the proper thing to say. So I can get more citizens if I want, but I can't get more slaves, and that messes up my tax income. Which is not very good for me. But you can also build buildings, you can build forts. I have too many forts because everyone and their mother down here built forts everywhere. It's the little icons you can see all over the place. Realistically, I should actually blow some of these up. Let's do that. Because forts cost money. And we can blow up a few of these without messing up our defense very much. That's probably about as good as I can do for now. And the way forts work is you can't get past forts, you can't walk past them. They have an area of control that's one zone around them. Everything within that area of control, as long as they're not being sieged, will either be unsieged if it's yours, so they protect your stuff, or it will be sieged if it's an enemy. So if I go to war with this guy, and he didn't have a fort there, ignore the fact that he has a fort there. If I go to war with this guy, my fort will siege his stuff for me, because it's within one zone. And you can actually see the zones if I click forts here. You know, all of these little, you know, blue hash marked areas are the fort controls. What is this? All around the country, shabby, hideous edifices are being raised at alarming speed. His latest masterpiece collapsed, killing a number of civic officials. So this is the dude that we just put in office because he was being a bitch about it. So it can pay off the families, he loses popularity, we lose half of our money. We can have him flogged, and I gain popularity. I am the Basilius. That is me, Philippe. I gain popularity, and one of these three things will happen. Lose some loyalty, he dies, or he is wounded. Well, let's roll the dice. He didn't die, so... Oh. Olympics! You know how the Olympics works. So we can send that dude, this dude... That dude's a general. We'll leave him be. We'll send a random dude who I don't actually know where he came from. That's just raising the money we make off of commerce, is all that did. Ah, right. Need you people to not all stand directly on top of each other. In fact, I don't actually even need all of you over here, but... we're just gonna have a big old fucking party. Having them all stand on top of each other is making them suffer attrition. Which, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't really matter, but it's killing people for no reason. And we have a limited number of people with which we can kill. It's good times. Hey, what you doing? Alright, let's check up. He got a new alliance, so he still is allied with Rhodes, and he got an ally with... Who the fuck is this? He got allied with this dude. Stuff on the screen, hold on. Doesn't matter, Olympics concluded. He didn't win. Feels bad, man. But he allied with this dude over here who appears to be getting fucked over anyway. He's at war with the other dude who also appears to be getting fucked over. It's a good time over there. Anything that's hash marked like this, that's controlled. It's been sieged by someone else. So almost this entire country has been sieged by someone that isn't that country. Comically enough, it's this very tiny country. Good times. Anyway, let's go to war. There you go. I have a claim. Wait for our diplomats to get back, because there's a game mechanic that basically just means you can't quickly spam diplomats out. There's really no reason for it other than game balance. And now we can declare war. And because we've fabricated a claim, basically we're just making shit up, and we're like, hey, we own this now, and then we can attack them for it. That's what fabricating claims is. There's really, we're just making things up and then declaring war. But because we have this claim, we no longer get the penalty for going to war. Which is good. And now we're at war. Ah, I forgot to raise my maintenance. We don't need fort maintenance. You should generally not go to war until you raise your maintenance, because it affects your army morale, which is this little bar here. So if you put maintenance on low, you have a third of your normal morale, which is very, very bad. Because it means your armies are very bad at fighting because you're not feeding them. But anyway. Good times. So I can manually control these dudes and tell them to run around and whatnot, which I probably should, but this war is irrelevant. A thing they added in this game that the other games don't have is that you can have your armies be automated. So you can do it individually, or you can select all of them at once, which is what I'm going to do. So you can tell them to just do whatever they want, which is independent, so they'll fight wars and chase armies on their own, which is really nice. You can tell them to defend, which means they will not go outside of your normally owned territory. They won't attack an enemy, they won't siege. You can fight rebels, you can reconnaissance, which just makes them wiggle. It's wherever they are, they'll wiggle around that and, you know, see if there's anything going on. And then keeping a reserve just means, unless they can win a fight, they're just gonna hide. Which is good if you want to preserve some armies until others get there. But we'll just put them on independent. This war doesn't matter because this dude is tiny. And they're not gonna move because they have no morale, because I forgot to raise my economy stuff. But, you know, whenever they get morale, they'll shuffle over there and start sieging stuff for me. But I'm at war with them. This person. I forgot where they are. Where? Who are you? Oh, it's this little dude. Okay. I'm at war with this island. I forgot about that, I'll be honest. Those pop-ups are just diplomacy stuff. At the moment, it's just saying military access was cancelled. This is a trade thing. People want to trade with us, which makes me money. I like money. Why don't you have a military commander? Ooh. These pop-ups, when you play for a little bit, they're always going to be the same text, so most of the time you end up just quickly skipping them, but this is the same as before. This dude wants an office, but he's 69 years old. The last dude I gave an office to fucked it up, so we're not going to give him an office. And he can deal with it. Everyone wants to trade with me, it's great. And that's the victory thing. I probably should have shown off an actual fight because there is a fight. Like there's complicated military mechanics that go off. But I don't know if we're going to see it because I'm very slightly larger than they are. Just gonna shuffle our dudes around. This is a fort, by the way. So this is how sieging works. It's just a dice roll. But there's modifiers. You have siege accumulation, which is just, you know, how many times you've tried to siege, basically. Commander skill level gives you a modifier. If there's a port that you're not blockading, like this, then you get a negative. I have boats, I could fix that. And then the level of the fort gives you a negative, and then your siege technology, etc., etc. And then it just does dice rolls. And shows you the chance of success for various things. Surrender means you take the castle. Everything else just gives you a higher chance of taking the castle. So you got supply shortage, etc., etc. Takes a while to take castles down. They're castles. Stop fighting things and I'm not paying attention. God damn it. Oh, here you go. Here's combat. As they stab each other. But the way combat works is a width system. So each side is basically a singular row of units. And then those units have they have various stats, and you have different formations that you can do. That you actually control the formation, but they have various stats. They're good against various units. And they also have various, I think it's just called wit. No, it's called maneuver in this. But they have various levels of maneuver. So you can see our horse archers have 5, our light horsemen have 3, that sort of stuff. And that's the width that they can attack. So something with 3 can attack directly in front of them, and then 1 on each side. As far as I know. I'm not an expert, so that could be wrong. So units with a lot of maneuverability can attack a wider range of the enemy army, depending on, you know, where they are. If they're off on the side, they can attack further into the center and stuff like that. It's essentially a flanking system. You can flank things. But if I slow the time way down, We can sit here and watch this. It's very exciting. You can see the units fighting each other and dying off and whatnot. I mean, it's a grand strategy game. It's not going to have, you know, RTS stuff. I did, however, lose that fight because my armies are all down there. That's alright. That dude wants a position. You can fuck off. You're not getting a position. When your army gets defeated, they either run out of morale or run out of men. If they run out of men, they disappear entirely. If they run out of morale, they will go into forced retreat. You cannot control them until they get to wherever they were forced retreating to. Or if they get a certain amount of morale back, I believe. But, you know, there's certain ways that you can efficiently build armies. My armies are kind of fucked up because everyone has loyalty to everything and I can't get rid of units that have loyalty to someone, so... just kind of rolling with the military that I have. We're also playing a... I forgot what sort of country we are. There's different kinds of governments though. What is our government? I don't remember. But there's different kind of governments. We're playing as one where we serve for life. So loyalty is a huge factor for that sort of stuff. We can also play as something like Rome, where there are elections. That sort of thing. So loyalty is a lot less of an issue in Rome because, you know, the leadership swaps hands a lot, so loyalty changes around a whole lot. It is still an issue, mind you. Hello? Quietly whispering in the ear of one of our closest confidants, been wooed by the venomous word. So some people lose some loyalty. He's marked as a rival. You know what? You sir, can fuck right off. This dude doesn't actually matter. He's not loyal and he's my rival. But he's not anything. He has no holdings. We won a siege. He has no role in government. He's not a general, so his loyalty doesn't really matter. Anyway, we took that fort, so now that we can move past the fort and take the rest of the land that's down here. Good times. I would like to take this island so that this dude can stop, you know, waging war against me from his tiny little island. But I can't get to his tiny little island, so... like, I have boats, but I don't understand how to get people from boat to island. We should probably learn how to do that. Like, I can get people onto boat. Eventually. But I don't know how to then get people off of boat to island. Oh, never mind, there it goes. It wasn't working earlier, don't bully me. I also don't know how to... because you can do this in other games. I'm pretty sure you can do this in other games. I don't know how to get people onto a boat if the boat is in port. You think that would be the easy thing to do, but if the boat's in port, I don't know how to make people get on it. I'm a very confused man. Boats are confusing. Does this place have a port? Why don't you have a port? feel like every island should have a port. This is also the downside of leaving these guys set to automatic. They're very stupid. Like, they're just gonna march back and forth trying to follow this guy, but we don't have military. Oh, he went down that way. You fool. We don't have military access through this stuff, so our route is much longer than his, so. Also none. Sleepy none. A truly dire leader. Oh, he is a shit leader. Zero finesse. Oh, because he's a lunatic with arthritis. I'm a lunatic with a lustful lunatic with arthritis. I'm pious though. I'm actually about to die. Which is probably really for the better. Stability back up because I don't like my stability being negative. Here's the negative. And then -2 stability is double that, -3 stability is triple that. So it's pretty bad. I never remember what is what. +3 stability is pretty nice to have, but it's not huge. It's also hard to maintain. But -3 stability will actually eventually just destroy your civilization. It's very, very hard to have a stable -3. Or even -1. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of map modes too. Here's your map. But you can look at, you know, there's the terrain types. Got a bunch of forest, plains, you know, mountains and hills and whatnot. And this one is kind of nice looking. Culture. There you go. Cultures are color coded, so every culture that's green is a similar, you know, culture group. Blue is a culture group, etc. Religion. Provinces, trade goods, which I never look at. Population, which I also never look at, but holy shit. Pella has quite the population, apparently. Egypt is actually like super strong, but also the people there are all assholes. But Egypt has a huge amount of population, like from the very beginning of the game, which is really nice. Diplomacy is kind of nice. You see the people I'm at war with are in red. Purple is people I'm trading. Blue is words, tributaries and vassals and stuff like that. What is pink? Guaranteeing. Get some unrest, but I get some freemen. Yes, please. Seleucid Empire is guaranteeing the independence of Macedon. Excuse me? Why? So is Egypt. Fight me, cowards. Anyway. Barbarians, which we don't really have to worry very much about, but barbarians function sort of like they do in something like Civ, where they just have little encampments around the world. These are like, you know, uncivilized areas. And they will periodically push out a relatively weak military. You can modify, you know, their civilization level so they stop being barbarians, but that sort of thing. Did I win yet? I mean, technically yes, but no. Trade routes, which just show me that I have trade routes available. I'm going to trade for some things like wood. Other various goods, perhaps some fish. Trade routes? One trade route. There you go. Player mode just shows the people that are in the game. There's me. What's up? It is multiplayer. You can actually... I'm not signed in because it didn't let me sign in yesterday, and I forgot to click it when I opened the launcher today, but You can open games to multiplayer whenever you want. So even though this game's in progress, I can open it to multiplayer and people could join. I'd have to log out, sign in, and do that thing. But fortifications, region. You know what regions are. Supply is, again, this is for people that don't play the games. Supply is basically how many military units you can fit in a particular spot. So this one's 51, so I can fit 51,000 dudes, roughly. There's varying weights on units. You know, elephants weigh more than fucking light infantry, that sort of thing. And then, you know, this place got terrible supply, only 17. My capital has 97. So I could fit 97,000 dudes, again, roughly, on my capital province thing, everything. Civilization is just basically how valuable your land is, how advanced your land is. So Greece, obviously very civilized because it's Greece. But then you've got places like way up here, you know, Sweden or Scotland or stuff like that, that have basically no civilization level. They're not very civilized. Opinion just shows you that everyone in the world fucking hates you, basically all the time. And then unrest and loyalty shows you trends, so you see a little arrow. And then it shows you the actual value. So for instance, in this province right here, these people fucking hate me. And it's actually negative. Now why that is, I'm not sure. They have unrest, that's why. But the actual citizens in this region here, Hellas, which is this area, they don't like me. They're going to continue not liking me. These guys don't like me, but they're trending upward, so they'll be alright. But anyway, don't pause it. Go back to sieging this place. We should totally declare war on Rome. Rome is fighting, boy. Boy. And other things. I don't know why Rome owns this. Again, this is a semi-historical thing. The start is historical, everything is where it should be. Things are given modifiers, so they have some, you know, growth capability, historical growth capability. But the AI does whatever the fuck it wants. All of the nations, once the game starts, they do whatever they want. They don't follow a set path. So Rome has decided that they don't need the foot and the heel. They're just going to go over here for some reason. They're not going to fight Carthage or take Seleucid. Syracuse, not Seleucid. Is it Syracuse? I don't know. But anyway, National Sleep Day, I wish. So now we can sue for peace. We could have done it before, but I wanted to capture this island so that I could take it and delete that man from existence. So we could sue for peace, take the land that I originally declared war for, and then we can take any land that we captured during the course of the war, even if it's not from the person that we declared war against, which in the case of this is this tiny island. So it's good times. You get some aggressive expansion and there is a cost to it. The cost doesn't really matter, but you get some aggressive expansion, you get too much, people hate you. There it is right there. That's probably why that region doesn't like me. I'm too aggressive. And we've done it. So taking this land will give me enough cities that I become qualified as a major power, which changes the diplomacy options that I have and the people that I can interact with and stuff. And we're gonna murder everyone. There you go. So we're now a major power. We can guarantee other countries, we can threaten war, we can have alliances with other major countries, I think. I don't think we can have alliances with tiny countries anymore. But we also get some more import routes, we get diplomatic relations and range, all sorts of stuff. Good times. Already trade routes. We're already stacked on trade routes everywhere, I think. But anyway, now we own this land. Huzzah! I would like you to get over there. Actually, just set you to auto. Let you wander wherever the hell. Maybe he wants to stay on that island. I don't know. I won't judge him. Alliance. So we're now allied with Egypt and Seleucid because they were both guaranteeing us, and we're now an equal power. Because they were already great powers, major powers, whatever qualifies as. So instead of being guaranteed, we're now actually just straight allied with those two. Trade. I would like a date. Chat, can we get a date? So now I can technically call them into offensive wars, whereas before they were simply defensive. So if I got attacked, they would come in. They will, I mean, there's no reason to call them into offensive wars because they're over here. But like, you know, if I wanted to wage war against Phrygia or Rome or something, I could call them in and it'd be a big old major power struggle going on. I don't want to because it's Rome and they will fucking destroy me. But you know. You have a lot of men on this island. Oh, it's mercenaries, that's why. I was like, what are you doing over there? Unmarried ruler. You're 65 years old. I don't give a shit what you married to. Marry this lady. She has arthritis and she's depressed. That's me in a nutshell. Do whatever you want. So in the continuing goal of trying to control Greece in its entirety, I will need to take these three provinces, which are three separate nations, for fuck knows what reason, and this one, which is just a little bit over there. You are allied with this man. And of course guaranteed by Phrygia, because everybody is guaranteed by Phrygia. A banquet. Our nation has fallen from grace. I mean, technically it has, but don't worry about it. I don't have enough religious power to do this, so I don't know if this will work. It does, I just go negative. Okay, well, you know. I'm not very religious. In fact, I'm negatively religious. This entertains me. So he's allied and protected by no one, and you are protected by Phrygia. So I can attack him by himself, no one will defend it. I can attack this dude. Phrygia and Hachia will come in, so I can take those two with one war. And then, you know, Phrygia's gonna... Holy shit, you have a lot of dudes. Sparta fell like immediately. Sparta actually starts off very weak, and I don't understand why. I want my dates. Stop stealing my gates. Call to arms from Egypt against the Egyptian revolt. I will say yes, but I'm not going to do anything. It is past their prime, that's true. But Egypt had a revolt. The revolt is the blue down here, which looks bad. You're also fighting Kush. But remember that most of Egypt's power is over here. And they still control that, so... Egypt is not fine, never mind. I was gonna say Egypt is fine, but they have 2 cohorts. How do you have 2 cohorts? What the fuck happened? Well, that's gonna be a problem. As a comparison, I have 59 cohorts, Rome has 54, Phrygia has 109 for fuck knows what reason. I don't know how they're supporting that, but they are. Oh, I'm building marketplaces. I'm gonna click on you. Alright, we can drop our maintenances down. Thrace is where Spartacus is from? Thrace was actually in a civil war for like 20 years in this game. Which is rather Oh, I was like, who are you? But I forgot Egypt has stuff over here. Which is actually... Gotta fix army maintenance now. It's actually attached via... Not really a land route, but you can travel via just, you know, regular units across this little dotted gap here so they can get to me. Which means my military has to go fight stuff. What religion does Egypt have? That one. Kemetic. They wanted to convert me to Kemetic, but I said no. I should have done that just for the fact that I could fucking destroy myself by doing so. Religion over here is looking a little chaotic. What the hell happened over here? Bon. What religion is boy? Oh, they're druidic. Boy is actually doing okay. Considering it's fighting Rome. 46 cohorts. They're not going to win because it's Rome. At least they shouldn't. They're putting up a fight though. Who are you at war with? Boy. Whoever this is. That little place. So just a little collection of tiny nations and a boy. Are there any formable nations? I don't know. There's this. I guess that is a formable nation. I didn't realize I pointed the fucking screen like you can see it. I didn't realize it changed your name. I thought it just gave you bonuses, but it does change your name. So I guess there are formable nations. I can also just straight change myself to an empire. I have to have 600 cities to do that. I have 101. A little bit short of that. So Rome probably has decisions like that too, I don't know. But look at the requirement for that. Gotta have a lot of stuff. Military access. Yeah, sure. Don't know who you are, but what could go wrong? I have slightly more men than they do over here. Yeah, I am the heir. The other one is Phrygia and Seleucid. Phrygia is one of 2. I think Seleucid is the other one. One of 2 recommended nations that are categorized as hard. And as far as I'm aware, the reason for that is because they have tremendous loyalty issues. Like everything I've seen of this game, Phrygia explodes. Like quickly explodes. I feel like this is too many men on these islands, I'm gonna be honest. Y'all could have spread out a little, but I need more manpower. I mean, I could fix that by building training camps, but I feel like training camps are really bad. Can you just fucking... Oh, did you already siege it? I got cancer. It's already sieged. Just can't tell. Oh no, it's just owned by Egypt. Did the... No. I guess it just goes back to Egypt when you siege it. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I have cancer now. My ruler has a... You two in a right, dude? My ruler just wants to imprison people. This is his ambition, so this is what the character itself wants to do. And if you fulfill the ambition, you get some stuff. He just wants to imprison fucking everyone, apparently. Which is fine. Anyway, we're done helping Egypt, so back to low army maintenance we go. And we have enough oratory power, scroll magic, to fabricate another claim. Overly Sarcastic Productions video on Alexander the Not Quite Done Yet is a really fun vid. Is that the whole title of the video? Death. Died in flagrante delicto. Age of 70. That was one of my commanders, apparently. You're loyal. Oh, in the process of my loyalty issues, I lost almost anyone of value that I could have used for my government for a while. So we had a bunch of like 1 and 2 military commanders. I'm pretty sure we still have a bunch of 1 and 2 military commanders. Although they're probably trained up a little now. Been running around slapping people, but our military was really bad. Anyway. We can attack someone. I don't know who. I don't want to go to war with Phrygia. One of our most valued temples needs renovation, so we get a bunch of stuff for a bunch of money. Technically, I don't need that, so. He's referred to as Alexander the Great in the title. The guy doing the video has issues with the title of the Great, so as a running gag, he makes up a bunch of other titles. This sounds like it's entertaining. Whenever you idiots want to stop causing attrition to yourselves, that'd be pretty good. Thanks. Again, we can take this dude for free. He's got no friends. Is Gordium a province in this game? I don't know. Gordion is. Is that the province in question? The other thing we could do is we can declare war on either this dude or one of these two. Either way, we get both of them or this dude. But either of those options calls Phrygia in. That's where the legendary Gordian knot was. Is this true? The cost of these wars, I get so little land down here, I actually hate it. Like if I declared war on Moesia over here, that's not how it's pronounced in the slightest, I could actually get all of this land at the same cost that it would cost to get this. I hate that. I think realistically I should probably fight this dude, because he's cutting me off from my own island. And he gives me a nice path through here. So I think we're gonna do that. Fabricate a claim. Raise our army and fort maintenance up. Really should preemptively move my dudes over here. Let's move a few of them over here. Now, the AI, if this was a player, obviously players are better than AI. If this was a player, and someone had fabricated a claim on him, which you'll know, because, you know, I have a fucking Casus Belli. Whatever the fuck it is. If someone were to fabricate a claim on them, they would probably very quickly raise their army maintenance back up to normal, instead of decrease. But the AI is not that smart, so until I declare war on them, I forgot it was paused. Until I declare war on them, they'll sit there at decreased pay. So you can technically abuse the AI's own stupidity. You fabricate the claim, you raise up your maintenance for your army, let their morale recover, and then you declare war. March in and stomp on them because their armies have no morale because they forgot to feed them. Good times. How's Egypt doing? Doing alright, Egypt? Well, you've somehow acquired 45,000 dudes. Oh, you bought mercenaries and then sat them there and caused attrition. Alright. Alright, dude. Wait, is Kush at war? Kush is at war with the revolt. That doesn't make any sense. Egypt's having a bad time. How's Rome doing? Have you killed boy? They've killed boy. Well, not entirely, but they have split boy clean in half. Where's my Venice? I'd like to conquer Venice, the city that didn't exist at this time period. You can also build roads in this game. I don't have the access to it, but I don't think. Oh, I do. I should really build roads. But you can build roads. It's extremely tedious and extremely slow, which I suppose is accurate. So our veteran military units, yeah, farming, etc., etc. But it makes your units immensely faster when traveling through territory if there's a road there, so. Is Carthage still a big boy? Yeah. Carthage has 59 dudes. They're in 5th place, so quite a bit behind me. Send Philetus. That's one of my commanders, apparently. God damn it. 69 loyalty. What could go wrong? Let's declare war. They won't join. Civil war and low manpower. And you will join. Possible defenders joining Phrygia. I forgot that that's a thing that can occur. Let's do it. Phrygia becomes war leader. I know, that's fine. Not the boats. Not the boats. Not. Oh. Ah. It's not even all the people I want to fucking. Stop. No, not the boat. I don't want the boat. Why does the boat have such a big hitbox? Alright, so who ended up in this? Oh my god. Alright, I'm at war with Phrygia. I'm at war with you, because that's who I declared on. I'm at war with whoever this is. Oh, there's a tiny little island down there. Ionia, Nidos. A lot of these are probably not going to matter. Oh, they're down there. And the Egyptian revolt, of course. Fleet combat's the thing, yeah. Speaking of fleet combat, where are my boats? Over there. You guys be very careful, because I only have 18 of you. I wish there was a way to see... Oh, there is. Never mind. I have 15 boats. But there's more than just them, so... There's gonna be boats around. Oh yeah, I can do the diplomacy map mode, which I always forget. There it is. I'm at war with all of that. By declaring war on this tiny little place, this Eckerd. That's okay. Call allies. Call Egypt into the war. I believe we need to. Why is my color blue? Listen. It's just the color that Macedon always is. I don't know. Boats. I would also like to siege that out and take it. But the faster that we end this war, the better. Because I don't want Phrygia to have any time to get its shit over here, because I'm the only one it's at war with. And once it gets its shit over here, I'm going to be immensely more sad. Stability dropped because our dude died. Can we stop getting old as fuck people as our leaders, because it's killing my stability? Incapable. Perfect. Intelligent. She's dying though. She's dying, but I'll still marry her. Sometimes purple. Well, purple's a stupid color, clearly. We didn't win. One of these days I will win the fucking Olympics. It'll happen. Let's keep an eye on stuff in case a, 20 stack shows up somewhere. Purple's the stupidest color because it's not blue. Soon I'll be the only nation in the Olympics. That's right. I have to win. How have I not won yet? I'm killing all of my opponents. Oh. Title. All of you are bad. You can have it because your loyalty's shit and you're scorned. Still scorned. But his loyalty's going up, so. How can I lose the Olympics if I am the only one participating in the Olympics? So the siege is won. They probably won't take the piece that I want. Give me your shit. They rejected it. The fools. A reason to conquer all of Greece is just to win? Yes. Look at how many more men they have than I do. So at this point, because I want nothing to do with actually fighting Phrygia, or any of this shit over here. Pretenders. Good. That's what fucked my country up last time, is a bunch of pretenders. I want nothing to do with probably anything over here right now. So we just have to wait. We own what we started this war for, so we're going to get a ticking war score. Over every month we'll get +1, I believe. Yeah. And eventually, this number will get high enough that they will simply take what I want. You need at least 10 war score, you currently have 5. So we wait. Thankfully, Phrygia only has 15 boats. Very hard to move people with 15 boats. Religious and the peasants. I can lose stability. Get a little bit of loyalty. I can gain stability, but National unrest -3 is looking pretty good. I lose omen power and stuff and some loyalty on that dude, but plus stability and minus national unrest is pretty good. Why do you people still hate me? I can win the Battle of Olympia, but not the competition. Oh, there they go. They're happy now. I really need to sort out the people in Hellas because they never like me. Died of dysentery? What is this? Fucking organ trail? Founder. Yes, please. I make so much money from commerce, it's actually crazy. We're victorious? Wait, what? Who were we fighting? Oh, we're over here. Blockaded ports. Nope. Boy howdy, this piece looking awfully nice. Wow, look at that. Thanks, Phrygia. It's only 14,000 dudes, but I have no one up there, and I didn't want to deal with that, so. Why are we sieging this still? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Exiled armies, because we were sieging, that's fine. Phrygia can get back on their boats and fuck off. I never mentioned the text screen. This stuff is basically passive. The more citizens, the more points and research efficiency you get. But citizens don't earn you as much money as other things do. I showed these at some point, but they do give commerce value, and a lot of our money is commerce value, so I might be tempted to go heavy tech. But as these go up, you get passive bonuses, or penalties in the case of military, comically enough. But you also unlock more inventions that you have access to, which you can only buy with wreath stuff, civic power, which I don't make very much of, So I'm very behind on inventions. Unfortunately, I have no real way of fixing that, so. Go back to low maintenance, because it says we're at war, we technically are at war, but the war doesn't matter. So my maintenance doesn't matter. Anyway, all that's left is these 3 dingly dongs. I could try and make them client states. But that's really hard to do, and they don't really like me. I don't think that'll go over very well. Convert some people. Just making sure everyone is the right religion, you know? Can all of my wives stop dying? Like, holy fuck. Lustful, yes, there you go. I don't even know what the rest of that is. Old games. Ooh, increased popularity. Ooh, yes please. Games, I should have read that, but whatever. Assimilate pups. You guys need to be happier. Fucking stop dying. God damn it. Or he expands you after unified Greece. I kind of want to take these people out. That gives us a better good times ahead, national unrest, and growth. It gives us kind of a better northern front. Because really, apart from our shoreline, which we have a bunch of, we need to, defend. If we take them out, the only place we would have to defend from a northern invasion is Lissos. Which we can just build a really strong fort on or something like that. Because this place, these are tribal vassal. That's what they're called. So they're technically acting as a pretty strong buffer. And then Thrace I am not guaranteeing. I was guaranteeing. They just hate me now. Never mind. Well, we'll have to deal with Thrace, maybe. Is that Thrace or like Throck or something? I don't know. Take the Greek colonies in Italy. I'm tempted to, but again, I really don't want to be dealing with Rome. Rome actually has worse tech than me, curiously. A man approaches us with a request for a room and some help to write a grand tale. It takes more money than I have by quite a large margin. If I go for this. Let's give him a room. Or do we give everything? I'll leave this one up to chat. Do we give him everything he needs or just a room or nothing? I don't know what this gives me. Yeah, at some point I'd have to take Crete, but there's no rush on that. I can just let Knossos take over all of it. What does negative money do? I think it just makes people mad. You can't do loans in this game, so I've been trying to not go negative. Where is economy? Oh, if your country has a deficit, I lose a fuck ton of loyalty. Loyalty gain chance goes up, power cost goes up. Monthly chance that falling options will happen. It's not particularly good. Fill all his needs. So I can write a tale as epic as Alexander. Yeah, sure. We're now negative. What could go wrong? And at this rate, that'll take us quite a while to get out of. So let's take a penalty on research. some money going. Drop wages a bit. Just to get us out of negative faster. Alexander wasn't epic, he was just great. Sigh. I like to keep wages high because it gives you an extra 0.1 monthly loyalty. It's expensive, but it reduces loyalty issues by quite a lot, because otherwise you end up with a lot of people that have just a very slightly negative loyalty. I don't really like dealing with that. I'm still paused. You imbecile. Also, these pirates have been blockading this port since the start of the game. Like, this city, this country, whatever, has been blockaded like its entire existence by 7 boats. Like, should I go help them? They won't care. Well, I feel kind of bad about it. The more months that we're negative, the worse this gets. I mean, it doesn't get worse, but that negative 20 or negative 0.2 monthly loyalty is pretty bad. Two more months. Bad planning. We have no choice. So for 5 years, this is what I didn't want happening. We have lower morale recovery. Rip. Hey, can afford a military tradition. Military traditions are just super expensive things that give you permanent bonuses for certain things. There's 3 trees, you go down each individually. Halfway down, you get a thing, an action that you can have. And then, I guess all but the last one at that point give one. Yeah, at that point you start getting actions for stuff. I think. No. I was looking at that wrong. It's only that one that gives you a thing. So we get a tactic there, an ability there, and an ability there. I was looking at it wrong. I was looking at the bottom. But other than that, you just get passive bonuses. So. Like, you know, morale, trireme defense, etc., etc. I probably want... I mean, I don't want trireme offense, and I don't really care for cavalry skirmish, so... There's some heavy infantry morale, you know, the unit type that I don't really use that much of because it's expensive. Anyway, how you doing, Egypt? Not very good. You have 51 dibbler dues now, though. Carthage, chillin', you're at war with... Oh, you finally decided to go to war with the island. And someone. Who is this? Don't... Oh, there they are. So they're at war with Syracuse, Syracuse, and then this tiny place, the Hippo. Oh, come on, man. After months of writing, the man we hired to write an epic seems to have fallen into some monetary issues. Not only does he owe people money, but he needs more money for his research as well. Do Do we go big again? Remember, we've gotten nothing out of this. For unspeakable quantities of gold. I think I might end up going to war with Thrace. They've run out of drink. I don't really want to go negative again. Let's slightly assist the man. Alright, who are you allied with? I don't know who... Oh, you're over there. You're irrelevant. So the only relevant part of this is Moesia would come into this war if I went to war with Thrace. And that also puts me with a border against Phrygia, which isn't great, but... This is totally a new way to wage war. Send over someone who claims to be an epic poem writer. This is the future of technology. How's the war exhaustion doing? Egypt's still good. Egyptian revolt is low, though. So that war will probably end soon. What are you? What are you doing? Oh, that's Egypt. Why do you have boats with people on it everywhere? Yeah, it's a Paradox game, so there's going to be about 1 billion different DLCs for it. The plus side is that this is more moddable than Rome has passed India. I'm immensely concerned about that. This game is more moddable than previous games, which were already quite moddable, so... I'm looking forward to that. That'll be pretty good. But the fact that Rome has passed India concerns me. Did something happen to India? Oh, India's not actually doing that good. 497 cities. Really few cities, comparatively. Yeah. Lower my monthly tyranny, but I don't have any tyranny. I don't have any tributes. Monthly wages for characters minus 10% is pretty good. Especially when you're on high, that's still minus 10%, so that's a pretty substantial decrease. This is good. More money for me. I would like to activate this, the Blessing of Hermes. But I don't generate any power, and it's really bothersome. Like, look at our income difference between tax and commerce. 24 tax a month, 36.8 commerce. My wife died again, by the way. Humble, zealous, selfish. People dying out the wazoo here. Stubborn and narrow-minded and selfish. And you have cancer. Well... No, wait. Let's not put the dude with 0 stat in there. how many men do you have? 33. Thrace has 4. Now, they're gonna have money. Well, never mind, a little bit, but I could potentially hire some mercenaries, but it looks like most of the threat will be Moij, who is currently at war. This seems like an intriguing time. Seems like an interesting game, but you barely understand what's up. Don't worry, I don't understand either. We're running a country in ye olden times where war was a very common thing. Our goal is to become strong. This score thing is a loose sort of reference to how strong you are. Obviously, we want to be number 1, which is currently Rome by quite a margin. Rome, however, appears to be losing some territory. Does Rome have roads? They do. Well, some. You can see a little road pathway here that's been built. Appears to be the only road that's been built. But it is a road. Rome and Phrygia, which is this place, are essentially my 2 rivals. Yeah, basically what we want is we want this name, 1, to not be fucking curved in this horrendous manner that looks terrible. We want this name to be huge. If our name is the biggest name on the map, then we win the video game. For the standard playstyle, there's another playstyle where you just grow the territory you have without expanding. Like you make yourself stronger without growing outward. That would be referred to as tall. But for the most part, most people are just... they want to make their name big. Like this. This would be an optimally sized name on the map. I lose popularity. Epic's finally completed, Macedon playing an important role. Not only did it not prove to be popular outside of our borders, but it became highly unpopular at home as well. So I lost 5 popularity for like 500 gold. Why did we pay this man? Can we kill him? Delete that man's life. About going west, there might be a landmass over there. Unfortunately, until someone mods that in, we're not gonna go west. So we can lose a citizen to Egypt, we get a lot of opinion. We can lose military power. We can spend a fuck ton of money, civic power, and we get some mediocre rewards. I'd rather keep the citizens, so I guess rip the military power. I mean, there is... that's where the map ends, right over here, roughly. Basically the middle of the Atlantic. But like you could, I mean DLC is gonna do this, but you could expand this map even just as it is. What's going on up here? Surprisingly little has happened in Europe. Besides Rome. Like, Iberian Peninsula, this looks like there's 2 powers here. No, 3, they're just kind of weirdly shaped. French area here has got really not a whole lot changed. Britain's done fuck all. Is colonization a thing? No, this is well before colonization. Like, you can... If this is colonization, I don't necessarily know. I guess it is. It's a colonize button, but... You can... If you have 10 pop... Got some citizen and freeman. If you have 10 pop in a region like this, you can move one of them to an empty spot. Like so. I guess that technically counts as colonization, but... It's not the traditional colonization, but I guess it is. But you can do that. It's extremely expensive and extremely slow. By expensive, I mean you need to have 10 pop and something next to it. Like, I don't think I've seen more than maybe the northern part of Ireland taken. And like almost nothing up here, just as like a threshold for how hard that is. Like obviously, you know, me and Rome, we've got a lot of pop in some cities. Like this one's got, you know, a fuck ton of slaves apparently. But the places next to stuff that can actually be taken, their populations are all pretty low. So, it doesn't usually happen. Very much anyway. It will eventually happen, but you know. Alright, all of my dudes are standing here doing nothing. Nothing has changed with you. And I don't have a Casus Belli and I can't afford it. So you guys spread out a little for me. I'm curious if Rome actually has an event for splitting. I mean, getting that big as Rome in the timeline of this game would be very hard, but it's doable. The AI will never do it, but a player could definitely take Rome and grow it to its end size. I mean, the other thing would be, you know, Rome takes the western half, and then Macedon takes the eastern half, which essentially makes an East and West Rome. It's not East and West Rome because they hate us. We're a different culture entirely, but oh no. Oh no. The games will be held. I don't know why you had an option of not holding them. Oh, because I forgot there's no one else really here. Rome has a CB on me. I don't know why, but they do. I don't believe they'll act on it, at least not for a while, but they do have it. I mean, they have a CB on a lot of people. Presumably there was an event that occurred that gave them a bunch of CBs on stuff. That's another place. That is Brutia. The good old brutes. Yeah, the tribal states are pretty bad right now. I mean, they're tribal states. There's not really a whole lot to them, but they are pretty bad. What does it take to... Are you at war with anyone? No. 2 subjects, though. I don't like when Rome is not at war. Olympics have come to an end. The highlight of this year's games was during the final race of the Olympiad. The Hoplitodromos. Hoplitod? In which the competitors endured a full lap of the stadium, clad in full body armor. Meditis of Cervinica, I'm not going to pronounce any of this, crossed the finish line a good hour after the race began, having stopped to flirt outrageously with a group of giggling maidens. Excuse me. Victor was declared this dude, a first-time winner. This dude won. He's my dude. Look at the stats on this man. He's 28 years old. Splendid event. Good job, dude. Appears to be a war going on up here. Group of soldiers, while stationed on a peaceful deployment, absconded in order to pillage the nearby city of Neapolis Thrake, which is here. Pillaging my own shit. Yo. Are you Detus? No. Are you Detus? No. Who's Detus? Just a random dude. General of the 4th. Oh, there's 3 in this stack. There he is. You, sir. Choose between forcing our general to crucify his own soldiers or appearing weak and soft. I mean, don't pillage my shit. He's got such good military, though. 0. Technically, he has -1 martial because he's a lunatic, but you know. Alright, let's get commerce, because that is most of our money. Still waiting on this. Very, very slow process. I really need better oratory power. But I don't have good leaders. So we just kind of sit here and wait. It's a very exciting lifetime. Come to attention. It's siphoning funds from our treasury. So we can recuperate our losses. A bunch of stuff happens. Forfeits his position. Or only a real punishment will deter embezzlers. This option is available due to our ruler's upstanding character. So we imprison him. He loses a fuck ton of money. Loses most of his loyalty. He gets a bunch of corruption. We get a huge amount of popularity. We get a lot of money. And we get a tiny amount of tyranny. That is a very good option. Tyranny has negatives, but we also just made like 500 dibbly-doos. Anyway. Army maintenance. Yes, please. And we have enough to go to war. Your condition has changed. Still with them, still with them. Malaysia is much smaller than it was before, so they're no longer really a threat. You've moved to Tros instead. So what's up with you? 22, you have 6. You're not at war anymore. I mean, obviously. Lost all your shit. What kind of government do I have? I was trying to find that earlier because I forgot. But I don't actually know how to tell what kind of government I have. Aristocratic monarchy, there it is. Anyway, let's have a war. Alright, let's raise our maintenance back up. With normal maintenance on everything and high wages and normal commerce and stuff, we're actually still immensely positive on our balance. That's actually impressive. We could probably go down on tax. Lower unrest. I'm not going to, but we could. What do you mean we're... Oh, my boats. My boats killed the pirates that were sieging, that were blockading that guy's port. You're welcome. I didn't tell them to, they just felt like it, I guess. Again, the downside of going this way is we're gonna have a border with Phrygia. It's not great, because that gives them a very easy land access to us instead of being stuck with boats. You can deal with boats, but... What? Why is there... What? There's just a unit of archers in the sea. I mean, they're suffering attrition. They're at sea. They're not on a boat. Where is their boat? They're on vacation. They're drowning. There's something. I don't know what happened there. My boats are just killing pirates, I guess, or being very confused about what they're doing with this dock. Yeah, they're just being very confused. Okay. Alright, let's declare war. And call Egypt in. Doesn't matter. I don't want Egypt to use its manpower on this sort of thing, so... Swimming training for the Olympics. So you guys to independent, you'll be alright. Pretender support. General of first stratus. What are you supporting? How do I click that? This dude. Clicked many times, sorry, it doesn't have very much popularity. Now, unfortunately, we're victorious. I do have a fort there, it's level 1. They only have 2 forts in the entirety of this country, so we can actually siege this whole country down pretty quickly. We're just fucking pirates up out here. There's no reason for me to, but we're just murdering pirates. Regions that don't have a fort, some sort of fortification on them, will always have a 100% chance to siege, so you just have to wait for the bar to fill, and you will win by default. Forts are the only thing that actually have, you know, like a proper siege thing going off. Because they're castles. Makes sense, doesn't it? This dude has never once done anything in this entire game, by the way, except for fight a civil war with himself. He's never been in any of my wars. Because he's a tribal vassal. I can't call him in. He's never been at war with anyone. He just sits there. Does nothing. And yet he has 41,000 men. How can he afford this? I don't know. But anyway, you can see how quickly we're sieging through all this stuff here. AI has a bit of a habit of ending sieges if there's a unit nearby, though. Again, I could manually control this. I probably should manually control this, but... You know what? Yes, you guys, siege that. You guys siege that. That way I have a unit on both of these castles making progress. The rest of these guys I'll just let run around, do whatever the hell they want. There's actually quite the military over here rather suddenly. You guys gonna reinforce that? Oh. Well, you know. I'll figure it out. This is why you don't let the AI do whatever they want. Make sure I'm not losing. Make sure I'm not losing entire cohorts over here. Just fight me, cowards. Where did 21,000 dudes come from? I'm gonna lose that fight. Did take a chunk out of their dudes, though. This is acceptable. I hate that sometimes the AI can turn units around, and sometimes they can't. Commander captured. That's not good. I like my commanders be like in charge of my military. Not eligible for command. How do I get my dude back? Probably can't. How far back are you guys? Oh, you're running all the way to the fort. Yeah. Interesting. Egyptian civil war has ended. Can't call Egyptians into my war, probably because they don't have any fucking people, but that's okay. Retreat takes so long. This smells like a trap. Well, why not? If an option is it smells like a trap and the other one is well, why not? What could possibly go wrong? This dude has diphtheria. I don't know what that is. What's diphtheria? You... Right, you didn't have a thing. My boats are better than your boats. Fuck you. You guys want to take a fight with me? That's gonna probably be a mistake. It didn't work out very well for you. Stop fucking dying. My boat commander died. I don't have any commanders, so this is awkward. My whole civilization's gonna fall because everyone's fucking dead or old. We lost 1900, they lost many more than that. What is that routing? Now the question is, can I catch them? What? No longer importing fish, or olives, or fish, or fish. What? Just lost most of my trade routes. Probably shouldn't have taken that war, I guess. Fish. That's all the stuff I'm getting. Okay. Just lost all of my trade. Oh, he's retreating further than that. Well. We're victorious. Enemy captured. What did I just capture? I don't know. But let's go back to trying to win this war, shall we? I mean, we can win this. Just can't leave it on auto AI controlled armies apparently because they are not very good at that. I would like this. Actually, no, I wouldn't. That sounds like a terrible idea. Scorned families. It's the first time in a while that pop-up's actually happened. What are my boats doing? Boats are still scurrying around. I think they just keep building boats and then I keep blowing them up. Yes. This is pretty good. I like that. Someone died again. I can put him here, but he will do literally nothing. How does this help me? What do I do if I just run out of people? Do I just... Everyone dies and then I just lose? Or what? Martial advances. White peace imminent. Shut up about your white peace. Tensions are growing between colonists and locals. I can support our interests. We get some loyalty, we get some freemen, we get a bunch of unrest. I could defend the locals, which is probably better. In order for this white peace to get cancelled, this thing here, I have to contest the war goal. Which essentially just means that the thing I declared war for, which was this region over here, has to be under my control. In order to do that, we have to take the castle. Once that happens, we don't have to worry about white peace or anything like that. We probably end the war immediately once I do that. You guys want to keep fighting me? Because, like, I'm okay with that too. The siege is won! I can start taking over those and then we can win the war. Hopefully without losing too many more men, because it's getting rather expensive. Hello. We did it. We won the battle with the retreating units that for some reason decided to fight me. Don't really know why. But we are running a bit low on military over here. Hello, I won. I could probably do, because I can fucking afford it. I mean, we're making money and we're at war. But I could probably do with making a larger military, like in general. Probably auto siege stuff when we take the castle as well. Oops. Because once you siege and take over the castle, it acts like yours, so it starts doing its whole "I'm gonna take your stuff" thing. Of course, we can also just take it ourselves, so, you know. So when we're done with this, Thrace is going to be left with... Let's make that icon. Interesting. Anyway. Once we do this, the games will be held. Once we do this, Thrace will be left with this. And this island, which is basically nothing. So at the moment they'll take that. I would like more than that, even though that's gonna fucking murder my aggressive expansion. What would you need for me to take this? Very slightly more. How can I make you take this? Comes the next question. You guys can all just chill where you are for now. I like this office. These are my available options for this office. Absolutely nothing. Excuse me, did I say you guys could siege that back? You assholes. This is my land now, and I'll have you know you're not allowed to be here. Delay his movement very slightly. Because he will not win that war by himself. With friends he will, though. A splendid event. Look who won. We did. By God. Who could have foreseen it? They're actually gonna try and fight me. A short-lived fight. Oh, the rest of you idiots. You know what? Everyone, just go back to independent. Scandal. The esteemed Pythagoras. Ah, the Pythagorean theory. I don't know what this means. He was found with his lover by his spouse. Ah. He's cheating. I like this. So there's a 25% chance that upon flogging this man, he will become wounded. Oh, there's ransom prisoner right there. To sign peace treaty to ransom? Strange. Someone died. Good. Ah, it's this office that I just filled with the only guy available for said office. I mean, it's probably because when I take over territory, I kill literally everyone. But you know, this is gonna murder my aggressive expansion. I don't even know if I should take that much land. Especially since I'm starting to run out of people. I don't know how much longer I can do this. My manpower getting a little low there. We are victorious. I blew up your singular boat and captured a dude again. What? Oh, it was mercenaries. I was like, why did they just turn neutral? But it was mercenaries that they, I guess, stopped paying. I can hire them. I can hire the mercenaries that were just fighting me to fight the people that were just paying them. What a curious turn of events. But man, I just want to win this war, you know? Why is it very likely that we would lose that? It's been a weak unit that was trying to get there or something. Alright, will you... I like this suggestion. We need 3 more. We don't necessarily need 3 more war score. We just need 3 more, you know, reasons for them to give up on this. National citizen output. Sign me up. Which, the longer we hold their land, the worse their war exhaustion gets, and it's already low. Sorry, war enthusiasm. Just a general. I don't have the people required to run these militaries. On the plus side, these generals dying means all of these loyal soldiers have no one to be loyal to anymore, because they're fucking dead. What do you mean war goal still being contested? Once I've heard of it. Is this counted? Oh, that's counted as fucking... God damn it. I thought this didn't count as that region. Stupid island. I mean, he's building a unit on it. A mad lad. What? What's that fucking pathing? Why don't you just go here and then on the boat in there? Why's the boat over there? Whatever. We'll figure it out eventually. Oh, they're all going. Okay, well. Like, you can only fit so many people on a boat, but let's just all cram in here, I guess. We won. And then we will siege this. And then that will end the war, because we're going to take our war goal, which means it's going to rocket up. So now it's, yeah, 88 positive and 42 negative. Let's take all of that land. This man resieged that. I don't like this. I want that province. Please give it back. Look at my manpower. No. The Cult of Taik, or Tai Chi. It's not Tai Chi, I don't think, but... So we lose a bunch of money, religious power. The money doesn't matter. Or we lose popularity and legitimacy. I think I'd unfortunately rather lose the money. Boy, I'm gonna need you to give up on this war. That's not even Thrace's men. I don't think Thrace has any men. It's just other countries sieging this stuff. Wait, someone for the office? No. Our aggressive expansion is gonna shoot way up, so people are gonna be real unhappy with us. But that's okay because I will be large. Probably not in charge. There we go. Now we'll end the war because we will get all the land that I rightfully deserve. And all of your money. Thanks. There we go, the great city of Lysimachia. Settled as the capital, Alexander's only Greek successor, situated at the Thracian Chersonese. These fucking words. Major trade port, regional center of administrative power. So, of course, I will remain, or leave it unscathed because it's Alexander. Look at that shit. PogChamp. And all of you people, make sure you're just set to independent, do whatever the hell you want. You guys, how many generals? Now, because they don't have a general, I'm gonna assign them to a region. See how that's particularly beneficial to us, but alright, I would like my prisoner. Negative 270. Look, man, I'm paying you money. Why don't you... Okay, well... Shit. Lack of governor. No. I don't have a governor. We're in a bit of a pickle. How do I get more dudes? Make babies. Stop dying. I don't know how to fix this. All of my dudes just started dying of like cancer and fucking various other things. Diseases. Now I don't know what to do about this. What are you guys doing? Why are you all up there? I set them to defensive if they'll, like someone else died. If they'll spread out a little bit better, because right now they're just kind of being idiots. No. One independent. A new Basilius, black news, because our dude died. As is tradition, he is unmarried. I need you to have babies. I assure you. We have a young ruler, a young wife. People want military access for some reason. Perhaps we can have some chillins. Perhaps we can make them generals, I don't know. And a struggle out here. Rome, what are you doing? You're fighting everyone. A gift! Someone gave me money, actually, speaking of money. We have a lot of money. Is there a castle over here? What happened to it? Did I blow it up? Build one there. Try and just cover some more of our land with castles, with forts. Sorry, we have too many down here, but whatever. Marketplaces. That is an awful noise that makes when you click that a lot. Marketplaces. Alright, we can change our economy back down. We're still at war. I forgot about that. What are we at war with? Cyrenaica. Where? Oh, you. What do I care about this? Ah, good. Someone died. Fantastique. Can't govern. Can't do that. Can't general. Stop fucking dying. I'm pretty sure at this point we kind of just have to chill. The ruler, the one true successor. Step up to the podium, we can talk about something that gives us points. I think we need oratory. Because I want to assimilate my pop. So that they're the right culture and whatnot, because it makes them happier if they're the correct culture. But also the correct religion. Because religion... My marketplaces are built, in case you can't tell by the red text everywhere. We're making double our taxes in trade goods. They made it so any trading makes you money, whether you import or export. You're actually making money. It's really strange. I like it because it makes trading a lot simpler. You just make money. But it's strange. Who are you fighting? Asian Istros. Sorry, that's chairs in the background if you can hear that. They should win this war. Because we just decimated everyone's military and this dude has 53, so... Chair noises. We should definitely... Why are you blockading me? Don't do that. I should leave our boats. They're cheap, so should leave our boats maintained. Just so I don't get blockaded by stuff. Once our dudes get back, our manpower is going to start going back up. We can make some more soldiers, because our military is definitely pretty weak for our economy. You know what else I want to do? Is promote pops. Adblock doesn't work on Twitch sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Magic. think it also depends what browser you're using, if it works or not. Why are there so many pirates? And why is Egypt not winning this war? What is wrong with Egypt? Oh man, friends. Oh, but I gain popularity if I say I'm too cool for their friendship. Get fucked. Please have babies so that I can have a governor. Grass. Grass is greener. Anyway, fish. Trade some fish, get some pots. Hey. Back to sitting here waiting for people to have babies because I killed everyone. Perhaps I should have been a little bit less zealous with the, you know, killing everyone every time I took over a country. Now I have all this land and nobody lives here. Including that man who just died. Don't know who that was. Can't replace him though. Everyone's dead. This will be the slow downfall of my nation. Stop killing people? It gave me popularity. Like, look, there's no governors. I can't govern. I can't fill this because there's no one for the office. Can't use any of these people for commanders. All the people that I can use for commanders are gone. We're just chilling. What's my score? Second place. We're ahead of India. Still way behind Rome, though. What the fuck happened to Rome? Occupied by Phoenicia. Who is that? Hello. No, fuck you. These are my people. I'll take my people. Who is Olympic? Alright. Pop-ups. Just they're like a lighter color. Like, oh, it's them right there. I didn't even see you. How is this happening? You have 21 people to Rome's 66. Is Rome fighting somewhere else that they're busy? Hold on. Zoom out a bit. Fighting that tiny place. That tiny place. That tiny place. And they're just fighting a bunch of tiny places and they're all right next to each other. What are you doing? Olympics concluded. Look who won. It's me, because no one else competes in the Olympics because I killed them all. Well, that's not true. These three compete in the Olympics. I don't think they're much of a contender, but I'll get to them eventually, don't worry. It's just a matter of time before these three little tiny nations. I'm not allied with that dude anymore. They're all separate. They hate each other, apparently. Hate each other. Two of them are protected by Phrygia, the land of Phrygians. Who is at war with Thrace? Well, sorry, dude. Taking all your land, apparently. Oh, he has sieged some stuff over here. He's continuing to siege stuff over here. Don't know how that's working, but... Oh, never mind. Phrygia sieged the only place they have, so... That's gonna be the end of that. Well, how's Egypt doing? Ah, you're finally doing... How's India doing? Good frame rate, by the way. It's India. About the same as it's always been. Let's have a look around the world. Very stutteringly. It's not the stream, as a reminder, that's just the game. Really not a whole lot changed. I can't believe this. Rome lost. They pieced out of this war. Is it my time to shine? I don't have the manpower to fight Rome. I am a bit tempted to... I can't. 182... I can't do it though if I had it. I am tempted to go for this place. Even though that then gives me a border with Phrygia and Rome, neither of which I want a border with, but... For instance, Rome appears to be doing something wrong. That color is very hard to see. I don't think the stream can even see that, but that is apparently occupied. Oh, it's because they're both red. That explains the difficulty in seeing that. Senior citizen by the name do approached. Spoke of a vision of the near future. I don't care. I don't need more bums stealing my money for tales of some nonsense. But anyway, Rome is fucking up something. I don't know what their military is doing, but they've got stuff sieged again. If ever there was a time to be in a position to try and attack Rome, this would probably be it, but I don't have the manpower. Let's construct some training camps around. Loud crumbly noises. Here we go. See how much this ends up giving us when it's finished building them all. Split early and be done with the whole debacle. I wonder if Rome can actually split in this game. Ow, fuck. What is this? Breaking alliances. They plan to declare war on you, your ally, or your league member. Why? What did I do to you? You have a casus belli on me. We've been insulted by Egypt. What the fuck, dude? What did... I'm technically in... I joined your war. I mean, I didn't help, but I joined your war. What do you want from me? Let's see. Aggressive expansion impact. And this, I continue wanting money, so... Someone died again. Good. Please stop dying. I don't have any generals. I don't have anything. How do I get more things? Having generals would be good before Greece decides that it wants to fight me. Not Greece, Egypt. I'm Greece. Smile. So Egypt has broken their alliance with us. I am still allied with the Seleucid Empire. And they still like me. Admittedly, they're permanently at war with everyone in the known universe, apparently, but, you know, they're allied, so hey. If Egypt wasn't across a large body of water, call to arms. Ooh. Ooh. If Egypt wasn't across a large body of water, I would really like to have it because there's a lot of wealth in this little area here. But also, ooh, I don't like that. Got like 30 extra manpower a month. It's not that bad. So we would be at war with Phrygia, the League, which doesn't matter. Really, the only thing of note here is Phrygia. Phrygia has 120 cohorts. I have 59. On the plus side, Phrygia has no manpower. On the downside, I have no generals. I have some generals. Phrygia has also just hired 39,000 dudes to stand on that border. Never mind. Oh, they have 20k over there. Okay. A second call to arms. Can I just keep stacking these? Okay, there is a time limit on them. Alright, let's pop our stuff up. Does it take manpower to recruit these or just money? It's manpower. Don't have the manpower for that and the war. Well, I think I don't want to do this, but they are my only remaining ally in the whole Alexander Kingdom thing. And I would like to have this. Because it gives us Byzantium, whatever you want to pronounce it as. So I think we accept this and then become saddened. Banging noises. Wait, did I not? I clicked accept, didn't I? I wait too long? Oh, the first one disappearing probably just automatically canceled it. Well, you. Nothing over here has enough fucking supply limit. Nothing over here. There we go. I need more men. I need more money for more men. I have a cap of almost 200k. It's a pretty big cap. What's going on over here? You're fighting over there. Most of Phrygia's military is actually split. Appease the gods. That's gonna bring me way the fuck negative though. Maybe don't appease the gods and just get really sad about my monthly legitimacy. Because of the way their country is, all of this shit in the middle, the only way they can get across unless they have military access is boats, and they don't have very many boats. So even though they have 120 cohorts, it could only be, you know, like 40 or 50 over here and then the rest over here or something like that. Or it could be 100 over here and 20 over here. I have no way of telling. Especially since I'm not allied anymore, because apparently that made that shit disappear, so. And it's extremely unlikely. Oh, they dishonored the alliance. Oh, never mind. I thought we did it when we let the thing time out. But anyway, it's extremely unlikely we can get that alliance back, so. Maybe that's just kind of that. Hey, it's Armenia. The lovely civilization of Armenia. How you doing, Rome? Done fucking stuff up? Ah, you won that war. With someone over there, which isn't particularly good. Or war with this, wherever this is. Oh, them. I don't like that Rome is at war with stuff over here, because they do expand this way, being, you know, Rome. You're just mercenaries. So, Phrygia... For the state, get a free granary. Phrygia, as far as I have visibility, has no military over here. These are just mercenaries that are just chilling here. So, if they're winning against Seleucid, they'll destroy them, it looks like. Actually, Seleucid has 240 cohorts. That's a lot of cohorts. I don't have any manpower. No one has any manpower. And you've dropped almost 40 of your cohorts. Not good. Someone died of dysentery. This is literally Oregon Trail. Can't fill any offices because everyone's dying of dysentery. Is that Rome? It's not Rome. It's Phrygia. See you, Pando. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, you already have an admiral, right? I think now would be a good time to fabricate a claim. So what is this? What province is this? Europa, apparently. So we're gonna go to war, we're gonna see if we can take Europa. If we can maybe take more than that, then cool, but like these islands would probably be pretty good to take too, actually. These over here gives us, unfortunately there is another land access route via this, it's not just Byzantium. Should make it convenient, but... So they will call all their allies, of course. I don't have any allies, so nobody likes me, of course. And we are now at war. And none of this has any forts. If I had more generals, I would be splitting this military down. Hey, that's a stack of 16 you got there, bud. Actually be a very good thing to attack with boats. So if I can catch them out with the boats, that's 16,000 dudes that are gone. Of course, they're boats. I mean, it's 17 versus 18. It's not going to be a stomp. And my general kind of sucks, so... Yeah. Oh, right. Really wish I could, like... I won't do that. Wish I could pull him into... I guess I could just make an alliance with him. That's a cancel tribal status, right? Yeah. Which will make him hate me. So, I just wish I could call him into wars with me instead of just him sitting there like an idiot the whole time. Where are my boats? There's his boats. My boat, your boat. You're going to escape because I wasn't paying attention. So you get back to doing whatever you want. The game shall be held, even though I'm literally at war. Why can't you go there? Go there. Unit lacks access because of this boat. What do you mean you? There's a dotty boy. Where are my boats? Come here. Man, there's not a fort anywhere over here. Maybe a little delayed getting there, unfortunately. Should win that fight handily. You're about to be in this province. Oh, hey. I am very glad that boat got there when it did, because that's a lot of very angry red dudes. You still can't get there, though. Using the ships to get there. I don't know why when there's the dotted lines, but whatever. We'll have won that. As long as my boats are here, they cannot cross this water to get to me, so I'm safe moving my dudes. The same would be true over here. If I had boats here, they wouldn't be able to cross across this tiny little gap, so I can actually bottleneck them pretty easy. I don't know why I have to use boats to get over there, though. But again, as long as my boats are here, I know that the only way his military can get to me is through here. Hey, look who won. It's me again. Smile. Man, I'm real good at the Olympics. See? And now we have a pickle. For their boats have decided to arrive to the party, and their boats are apparently better. Ah, because their general has 10 military. Do that. Still not good. Need more moves. I wish you could pick from all of the inventions instead of just 3 of them. Good siege towers. So those boats should lose, which raises a bit of a pickle. Only barely, but they are losing. Alright, so what's up with this? Defender controls province of Europa. What is... are these Europa? Yes. And there's a castle there, you fucking asshole. So that's considered Europa, so we need all these islands controlled for that war score. You have more boats. This displeases me because I lost almost all of my boats and my commander, so rip that. That's okay. Take this province, we get the war goal. I have to be very careful because now they can get across this. You looking like nothing. Because of the war balance rules. Build more men. I really think I need to build more boats. It's 21 boats. It's gonna take a very long time to build these. All of my money into boats. See, now we can get back. I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, we have the war goal, so we'll get a ticking war score. We just have to play this really carefully because if he decides he wants to fight me, he has a lot more men than I do, I'm pretty sure. He's up to 112 again. It's 13k. Not worried about that. Because he has to cross our river to get to me, which is bad for him. Of course, his military leaders are better than mine because all of his military didn't die. You know. I'm very content to just sit on this as a victory for the war. Where is Phrygia on this? Phrygia is not even top 10, holy shit. Friends in high places. He's trying to brown nose for us. We wait. Probably should zoom in a little bit so I can actually see everything. For instance, that. Can you escape in time? No. That's what happens when you tab out. You ain't paying attention out here, you know? Well, He's got very good generals. It was the best general I could get, a 7. What are you? You're a 5. Don't be a 5, be a 7. You're a 9, but you're over there. Even with the 9, I don't think that'd matter. What is that? 25k? No, 35k, sorry. Forgot a number. 35k versus 41k, we'd still have a worse general. He is crossing water. Their army has better quality than yours. What's your leader? Your leader's a 10. He won't get there in time, I don't think. So we don't have roads, so. But if this fight lasts, well, he's getting reinforced. This is why that river crossing is really bad for him, even though he had like way better men. This is a bloody fight, dude. Come on, get there in time. Oh, you did. Looks like we're probably still gonna lose this, though. My men are tired. This slowed down to a fucking crawl. We've been defeated. We lost 18,000. We killed 25,000. You're gonna retreat all the way back there, which is really far away, but I could hire more mercenaries. I can certainly afford it. Someone died again. I also enjoy when people die. I don't have the disband cost to hire those. We should win this war because they've lost a lot of it. Should still have lost a lot of their morale. And men, for that matter. Maybe we don't win this, actually. Curse you better, Commander. Nobody's gonna win that one apparently, because that's just gonna slow down to a crawl. This will be the longest fight in history. Did you just... We're just punching each other now. Headbutting? Going for punching? Ah, there you go. This fight's been going on for more than a month. This isn't even a siege, they're just out in the fields fighting each other for more than a month at this point. really just wanted to see if this fight would ever end without reinforcements, but I guess we should really move someone over here to help. Disagreement. Called upon to take a side. They both have exactly identical loyalty. So we'll tell them both to fuck off and get some popularity. Because that's how popularity works. But anyway, I win this fight now because I have 30,000 dudes. There it goes. Oof, that was expensive. Where did you come from? Who are you? Who is this? What? But also, how did you get dudes over here? Oh, stop, stop. I lost my taking war score because of that. Oh, forgot forgot about the fort down here. We'll retake that land if I just let it do whatever. So we've taken, it still says they have 112, but we've taken a huge chunk out of their military power. And it looks like the Seleucid Empire has also taken a huge chunk out of their military power. So that's pretty good. Where are you guys going? I need you to somehow catch them. Somehow. Oh, they're exiled. Why are they exiled? You can't fight units that are exiled. Unfortunately. But they also can't do anything while they're exiled, so. Back to +5. This doesn't get us what I want, and we need 10 at least to do it anyway. We have better war enthusiasm. Sue for peace. They're offering us the following terms. Literally nothing. What happened to my... There it goes. That was weird. I clearly still had it sieged because it wasn't, like, sieging it. Why did you... Okay. A child is born. Yay. Where did all these people come from? I don't know, but, like, fucking, you don't have any stats. Babies, hooray! So I'm going to do a sneaky thing, wherein I wait just momentarily for that to appear. A little lock means he can't turn around for wherever he was going. And we'll just bring reinforcements in. Policy of exclusion outside times of great need has resulted in other nations forging ahead in military matters. We might benefit from adopting similar, a bipartisan force of elite and common folk alike. So we can do it, we get better morale for 20 years. And better manpower. At the cost of 20 years of national unrest. That's a lot of national unrest. But, you know. What happened to you? Why did you not partake of the war? How did they just walk past us to another province? You guys will theoretically win that. You guys will definitely win that. This is, despite winning, still a very costly war. Alright. Sue for peace. Nigeria, Phrygia, Fridge Boy is no longer enthusiastic about this war. So sue for peace, take the land that I want, they will agree to it, take as much gold as I can. Apparently they will agree to literally all of their gold. So I just made 1,600 and some land. Which, because I agreed to 1,600, has dramatically reduced their ability to fight the Seleucid Empire. Which they're losing anyway. So. And look at the size of my name, it's beautiful. Nice and big, you can read it, it's over the ocean. Beautiful. And I have no manpower, but that's about par for the course. So all's well. They refuse to give me my dude back. Negative 354. Ransom. Yeah, they declined it, I know. Oh, all my boats are done too. Now I can better protect my shoreline. There you go, buddy. Drop my economy back down and we're good to go. Oh, right. I gotta... Where you at? That's not you. Who is it? There you are. Where's... Oh, right. They don't have the flag on them. Disband them, so I'm not paying them anymore. Mercenaries are super expensive to disband. They're pretty expensive for monthly maintenance. They're really cheap to hire, but once you want to get rid of them, it's extremely expensive. So if you're not careful and you end up with, you know, no money because of their monthly fee, the disbanding fee will actually ruin you. But anyway, we won a war against Phrygia. I'm very pleased with this. I'm also very hungry. And it's about time for food, so I'm gonna go do that. Thanks for hanging out while I play a stupid map simulator video game though. I'm probably gonna play some more tomorrow. Like tomorrow and Sunday. Do long streams. But anyway, I'm off. Thanks for hanging out and chatting and listening to various background banging noises because no one knows how to not make a bunch of noise around here. And I'll see you tomorrow, probably, unless I die. Hopefully I don't die.